Hello there, and welcome to Fridays with Tab and Chance. I am Tabitha Braille. This is my husband.
Chance, what's up?
And we have a special guest today. This is our daughter, the oldest daughter. Honey, you old.
I love it, though.
Okay. Go on and introduce yourself.
I'm Ty-Leah.
Honey, this is Ty-Leah. Do you know the song?
Yeah. I know it.
You know your daddy don't let nobody do nothing
No, you
early
can do.
today.
Hey, listen, it's a new season, new day. You can do with it whatever you want to do with it.
All right, let's
just do
Twice
your
in one
thing.
day. Twice in one day. Okay. All right, very good. Bring the beat in. Oh, wait, I forgot to tell y'all, I got a cough drop in. So I'm still battling something. So my voice is not giving the way it normally gives. That's why.
Got
I didn't
you.
give that disclaimer last time, and maybe people felt my octave wasn't octavating. So
Your octave?
my octave. Bring the beat in. Fridays with Tab and Chance. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Fridays with Tab and Chance.
What's going on with your head? Leah, what you doing with your
You know I ain't got no breath.
That's how you was feeling the beat. And that's your business. That's how she want to feel this beat.
Oh my God.
It's too early for you to be.
Listen. So let us reintroduce, because we just realized, some of y'all may already know Leah and have been following my workout journey that she's been training me. Yeah, I know y'all see it.
Yeah.
But Leah is the oldest, as we said. She is my bonus baby, all right? But if y'all know the story, and we talk about me breaking up with Chance in 8th grade in high school, so Chance ended up having a baby in high school. Ta-da! This is her, okay? So, but first of all, I'm so proud that over the years, Leah, very much so like her daddy, did not like being on camera.
That is true.
She would get very nervous. So for a little while, y'all had seen her, and then she disappeared, right? But sometimes you would hear her voice, and you wouldn't necessarily see her.
She doing real good now. Seeing her little videos, she popping in and
Talking about, what's up, y'all? Today I'm gonna show y'all how to do a crunch or a proper squat. Okay, she's doing her workout stuff. So let's talk about what we want to start, Leah. Where you want to start?
I know where I want to start.
Okay.
I want to start with her.
Okay.
She grown now.
Ooh.
How is
Yeah,
being
childlike versus grown, because we did that
You
short
grown. Like you ain't just now grown either, Leah. You are grown.
She gonna be 30 next
She
year.
gonna be 30.
29.
Yeah. So
How does
How does
life
it feel
compare
being grown?
as a child versus being grown? Because that's what we asked choice.
And listen, and I want you to tap into some of them conversations that we had when you was 14.
Right.
And I was like,
yeah,
grown and
always
everything is
cracked
cracked
up
up to be.
and that's true. Okay, that is
Choice said
true.
it was ghetto.
It is ghetto. I'm a co-sign on that. But no, being grown is it has its ups and downs. It definitely does. I feel like it is a challenge, but it has literally allowed me to grow into who I am now. Like you said, you mentioned like me not wanting to be on camera and but now being that I have to have these grown-up conversations and, pay bills, and when something ain't right, I gotta call and make adjustments and stuff like that. So I would say, it has its ups and downs definitely, but I'm enjoying my being grown. Like I really enjoy being grown. Like
I like hearing that.
I really do. I really do. I really enjoy it. Like even the conversations, the 14-year-old conversations, the stuff that y'all would tell us, this is gonna happen. At one point you're gonna have to go out into the real world. Just having that guidance until now, you just look back and be like, I knew. I can't sit there and say that I didn't know. So it, like I said, it has its ups and downs, but I enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's worth the struggles, right?
It is. It is. Yeah. It does. Yeah. Yeah.
So when you were a child, what was childhood like for you, and what was you thinking about adulthood? What did you think it was going to be versus like as a child, how you felt like, oh, this is how I'm living.
Well, I thought as a child that, being grown was the thing, like I can do whatever I want to do. I ain't got to answer to my parents. I ain't got to, I can be out as late as I want it at the time. You think that that's what you're excited for. But as I'm grown, I don't even do none of that thing. None of that. I just want to be at home. I just want to enjoy the comfort of like my apartment. Like I'm a fan. Like I love being around family. Like I just, it's not what I thought it was gonna be as a kid.
When it was like, I want to go do something on my own. And now it's like, what y'all doing?
Yeah, what y'all doing? Yeah, exactly. It's that phase.
You can do all those things when you're grown. I think that's a good question. You want all those things, and then when you can do them, You're gonna be tired at work, though.
Yeah.
You can do them. You can do all that. You can stay out late as you want, but you're gonna be tired.
And it also requires money.
Exactly.
To do all that going out and doing all the things that,
Y'all know how I am about money. I ain't trying to spend no money. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
We're gonna get and she get up early.
Yeah, I get up early. Yeah, like I don't, it's like I said, it's a joy, being grown, in my opinion, because it puts emphasis on like my maturity level. So getting up early was never an issue to me, like for me. So it's just now just paying bills. It's
building business.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, so let's talk about you. We in LA now, we in California, but you, just like us, grew up in North Carolina.
Ooh.
So let's talk about it. How was growing up in North Carolina for you?
Growing up in North Carolina was fun. I'm not gonna lie, it was fun. It's very different. I can't say, I did come here when I was 13, 14. So I definitely seen the difference in, growing up, living from two different, areas.
Yeah, states.
And so very different. Because in North Carolina, that's where our family is. The schooling is different, a lot different at that. It's really different. But I really enjoyed growing up in North Carolina. I really have I appreciate it. Living here now and, seeing the differences, I really do appreciate it. The small town, the one high school, the one middle school, everybody going to the same place.
But you know what I value, and I'm gonna let you keep going. I say this all the time. It makes me, sometimes I feel bad because I didn't have an appreciation for Moorhead when I was there. But Moorhead, in comparison to a lot of the schools here, it's like a private school.
Yeah.
When we go, when people pay a substantial amount of money for out here, this was our regular. Like, hey, listen, like
eating Moorhead.
Teachers knew you. It was just certain things that I'm like, man, there's a lot of value in that, and it's obvious out here.
It is. It is. The close relationships, like everybody knowing each other, like
the stuff we used to get annoyed about.
Yeah,
everybody being in your business, but then when you get here and it ain't no relationships like that, you like, wait a minute,
Nope. Yeah. You remember everybody that you grow up with.
Yep. You still remember them. Yeah. You still know them. Like when you see them, you be like, oh hey. Yeah. Like it don't ever go away. It's just like it's in there forever.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So
it makes you appreciate the
little things.
Yeah, the little things.
The small things.
That small town.
Quest and Choice have went to, several schools, and kids out here tend to go different directions very early on. Where when we was all growing up, it was, you knew like, no, we all going here because that's the only other option.
Yeah.
Out here, and literally after kindergarten, you could be going to a different school. Like you're graduating, you may never see that person again. After 4th, 5th grade, it could happen again. Then after junior high, it happens again. So like a lot of, I know your relationships, all of our relationships, I have people who one of y'all sent me that picture with me in kindergarten or something the other week. And I'm like, man, I was in kindergarten with you, 2nd grade with you, 4th grade with you, 6th grade with you, and then
Annie Ferris sent the picture.
Yeah, Annie Ferris sent it, and I'm like, man,
Hey,
that's small town stuff that I wish that all my kids could
Experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. We asked Choice like as her childhood memories, right? Because yours will be different because we didn't get to raise you. You didn't live in the house with us when you were little, but
Right.
I've been her stepmama since she was 2. And we always talk about one of our favorite memories of your childhood. It's her. She had to be like 3.
She was like
3. She was like 3 because we had just moved. It was 98 or 99. It was 99. And
so she was about 4.
3 or 4, yeah. So she Genuine Pony had came out and she was in the back seat sleep. We was driving down the highway. Baby, that song came on and all you heard in the back was 9 o'clock. Home alone. We was like, what is that like? We was like, oh,
that baby was singing.
Nikki must be playing this song.
Not singing the lyrics with them.
Yes.
You was laid out. You was laid out with your feet up in the back seat with your eyes closed.
Listen.
And you was singing this song.
It's like that's the thing that made her sit up.
You come over.
Yeah. Yeah.
She was singing
like,
that thing,
Lord.
boy. I mean, we just bust out laughing.
Yes, because singing used to also be a thing that you did.
And you would tell us that you would. I just remember you saying, "Turn that up."
Yes. She was very outspoken when she was little.
That is
Which
crazy.
is so crazy that you have become like, although you're getting more like open now, but you went shy for a while.
I did.
Same with Choice. Choice was, when she was little, she was very outspoken, would sing, dance, do all these things, and all of a sudden she just went into a shell. So what do you think, is there anything that made you go from being like this little girl who loved to sing and do all these things to, from your childhood to adulthood? What made you feel like you wanted to like escape into a shell?
Honestly, trying to articulate myself at a young age, and I felt like I wasn't doing well. And then my mom, me and her trying to have the conversations, and she didn't want to have conversations. So it made me feel like, okay, it just kind of made me feel, I guess you could say, real uncomfortable because, that was my, I grew up with my mom, so I wanted to like have these, conversations that these two can, y'all were open to those, which is, something that I appreciated at a young age. But I would definitely say that was the start of it, that relationship, an important relationship for, myself, and then having, someone that I love, that is important to me, wanting to have those conversations. And, she had a tough time talking and speaking and, having, the difficult conversations that, y'all had, with me at a young age that I wanted. And so I think that, caused me to, feel like it was, I was a burden in that aspect. Like, so I just felt like, if I don't say nothing at all, then, everything would be fine.
Oh, okay.
So, that was the start of it at a young age too, So as I went into school and started like participating in sports and, seeing that was like growing my confidence, like, cause it was a confidence builder for me. I was like, okay, you can't go in here being captain and, showing
and being
this
quiet.
leadership. Yeah, like I can't do that. So I, pushed myself or told myself like, you just try to talk, So I started from there, which I feel like I didn't do I tried my best, but I could have definitely been a better leader. And when I say that, like as a captain, like my deliverance wasn't the best. It wasn't because of what I just expressed. But as I continue to grow, like through school and then after school, now I feel like I'm a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you are.
You know what? I've never heard you say that out loud. But I remember coming to watch you at your track meet, and we were in, what was it?
In Maryland.
How you pronounce it?
Bowie.
Bowie. Yeah.
When we was in Bowie, and my baby won everything.
She's a track star. She's a runner. She's a track star.
Like for real. Yeah. But I remember what I was most happy about was watching you. I remember you sprinting across the field to go cheer somebody on.
Yes, I remember that too.
And watching you talk and encourage and lead. I wanted you to win. You did it on there. I don't like losing.
That I did.
And I don't like,
she don't like losing either.
I don't like my kids don't lose neither. I'm real. I could be tough when it comes to that. You gonna win. But I do remember watching that and that being a very proud moment. For me, like my daughter is a leader. She's stepping into her leadership role. Just to hear you say how you leaned in on that, and you are aware of where you was learning it. That's a sign of maturity, girl. You all right? You doing okay? You doing okay, girl?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now you can say they give me that credit. It's just like. I get all the bad stuff.
I guess. No,
so y'all
does not.
Y'all see the bubbliness and all that. She get that from me. Some people do be like that. How she act like you?
Yeah.
More than Choice act like you.
Yeah.
Like I get that a lot. That's a fun, just big personality, and you coming into it even more.
Right.
Yeah. It is.
So now I want to ask you, what is your take on college? Like, your sister didn't want to go to college. Me and you done talked about it before, but just for like, what is how did we had the other day we was talking about college and what you really gained from it as opposed to what people might think. When we was talking about you ain't going for the books. You get what I mean? Like, what's your take on it? What did you gain? What do you think that you gained more so than book education?
First off, I just want to say, don't waste your time. Listen, unless you try to be for real though. Like, because school, I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember half of the stuff that I learned at school outside of building relationships and the experiences that I encountered in school.
Dealing with adversity.
Yes, honest to God. Like that, school was one of the best times of my life because of being an athlete and the relationships, the networking, just learning the culture of, growing up as a Black person.
Yeah. Yes, you went to HBCU.
Yeah, I went to a HBCU, and I did not want to go to a HBCU.
Yes,
okay, I did not want to go to a HBCU. And I'm so grateful. I am so.
We gotta make sure we get that in there.
That is the honest God truth. I am so glad that I went to Winston-Salem State. Like, so glad. And I was for real. I was. That was one of the schools I was like, I don't want to go to Winston. Like, first off, it was too close to home. It was way too close to home. And but it presented itself to me like Coach Turner, my coach, she gave me an opportunity there. I could have went to Appalachian. Like I had some other offers, but her presence, her like just how we connected, and how she took care of us, drew me in. But that experience was one of the best ever. Just learning, like you feel like you've grown, but you really ain't grown. Like you really not. You have to learn how to put things aside, like you're a college student, so you don't want to ask your parents for money for your phone bill, your groceries and stuff like that. And
you're learning life.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're learning life.
The education is, and this is just me. I asked her that because I'm having a conversation with my adult daughter. We had a conversation here a couple of days ago. I can't remember exactly, and we came up on the topic of education and the importance.
At the brunch.
Yeah, and I was just happy to hear her take on it, because that to me as a father is like, all right, my baby she off to a good start, and she's understanding what life is. It's important to go to college. And for some people, their view's gonna be different on it. But I was telling my two girls how much I see myself in them, and that I knew some of the things that they would do and some of the things they wouldn't do because of their personalities. And I don't know if it's genetics or not, but we was having this conversation, and just to hear her say it, it was like I was looking back in time of how I felt. And I didn't articulate it, but to listen to her, and I was like, I'm proud of my baby girl. She getting this. Like, she still she understands the importance. She values what she went through, but it is what it is. Like, the stuff that you're gonna sometimes the stuff that you're gonna learn in between those pages ain't the lesson that you're there to.
That ain't really the major.
Yeah, that ain't it.
The major is life.
Come on.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
You can have your studies.
Yeah.
That's your major. But the real major is like life.
Yeah.
I honestly believe college just means you can actually stay the course and complete something.
Yeah. And
Like, if you get the degree, you can actually complete it, right? Of course, there are times where I think it does go in depth, like if it's a real major, like, doctors, lawyers, like scientists, all these different things. But when it comes to like business, you're gonna have to get out there and really, it's on the job training.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to start a business. You're gonna have to really get in it to really learn. It ain't gonna be what you learned at school, because it's gonna be whatever is happening right then in your life with your business. But
don't nobody out there who young watching this try to go use this and,
Right, no.
and
I
weaponize it
still-
and tell you we are pro college.
Yes.
But you need to know when you go to college, you gotta listen to what she's saying. You are given an opportunity to be grown in a controlled environment. Right? You're dealing with adverse moments, you're building social skills, you're learning how to pay bills without having bills. You learning how to
put yourself on a real schedule.
Yeah, how to deal with a schedule, and now be a little bit more proactive rather than reactive to things in life. So that's why it's important that you go. Nobody told me that when I was going in. I kind of went in with this idea of what college is supposed to be, and I ain't gonna tell y'all, but the movie Higher Learning, I was
That's
like,
what he thought
I thought that was college. I'm about to be like Ice Cube up in there, like I'm about to
So
be like
far
Epps.
from it.
I mean, there was so much more than that, but yeah. So
And being a student athlete, you have to you got study hall. It's so many, and then I was the captain. I ended up being the captain.
It's a lot of responsibility.
I had a lot of responsibility, and I took that with pride. I wore that with pride. So I wanted to be a good example for my team, but also I wanted to make myself feel good. In the fact that you in school, don't mess up this opportunity of a free ride, and what. My dad persuaded, because I was not I was not trying to run track. Let's just put it like that. But
you did.
I did. And
I mean, I had to threaten her, but she did.
You want to go to school? You better run that track.
You gonna run this track?
yep, so.
Yeah. So let's talk about it now that we're talking about college, because I think sometimes people go to college with an expectation that a job is going to be guaranteed after college, right?
Was they waiting on you, Leah?
But did you think that? Did you think if I get this degree, I'm going to be able to get the job that I want?
I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. No.
You didn't think so?
No, I did not. And that is for real, I really did not. That's why I can really be honest and say that I was in school and I was like, I'm getting these grades. I don't know what I'm finna do. And I started talking to my other peers and, just my major. I didn't even know what my degree could even offer me. I just knew that it had something to do with sports.
Yeah.
And just listening to, other people's, goals and what they had, I was like, can I see myself doing this? And then I started doing internship in the football operations and started like being hands-on. I was like, I guess I could see myself doing this, but it was always like a question mark. Like I always was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but whatever happens, happens. I know that my degree is in, sports management. It is something that I know that I could enjoy, do something in that field. But I thought that I wanted to be an athletic director at one point because I, just the athletic director at my school. But I had somebody, like I had a professor, Dr. Felder, shout out to you. He was a great mentor for us. He was the dean of our class, and he was real honest about like real life. He talked to us exactly how y'all talk to us. Like literally, he was real straightforward, and he was really getting on the men. He didn't have to get on me, but but he was real honest, and I listened to what like he would say about real life, and he would just say like, y'all think that this gonna be easy, like y'all think because you got a degree that it's just gonna be a walk in the park.
That's good that he was telling y'all that.
Yeah, he was, and he was
that's
real
a good
honest.
Professor.
Yes, and he was a great professor, and he said, if you're not networking, if you're not, he literally put the whole blueprint in front of us to let us know, like, if you're not doing this, then you might as well get prepared going back home and figure it out, and so that like made sense to me, because I was like still in this shell. I was a student athlete. I didn't have time to like really build outside of my track friends, my coach. I didn't take that because I was really a student athlete. So the group that we had, it was us.
That was
only.
your group.
Yep, that was it.
Wasn't no networking outside of that.
It wasn't, unless you really like took some extra time, which the time I was not I wasn't doing. And when it hit me, that's when I was like, ooh, okay, let me like try to, because I ain't gonna brag, but people knew me, you know what I'm saying, because I was good at track.
You was that girl.
So, the administrators and stuff, like, when I would go to them, like, they would already know, like, about me. So, like, they were willing to help. So, like, I, like, took advantage of, like, just those opportunities that was presented to me in the short period of time in hopes that, it would open up more opportunities. But I was really nervous because I did not know what I wanted to do. I didn't know, I just didn't know what I wanted to do with that degree because I was really there for track. That's my honest truth. I was really there just to run. And
I'm glad that you had a professor or dean to tell you, like, a degree don't guarantee you a job, right? And a lot of times it is who you know or networking for a door to be open for you. Yes, you can send out resumes and have a headhunter and do all the things, but sometimes the easiest way is because you know somebody and you've connected with somebody, or you were at an event or whatever the case may be. How is networking for you now? Like, how does it feel? Because for me, I've never, and this is my truth, I love people, but networking has never been a strong thing for me because I never felt like I need to sell myself to somebody. Like, I don't want to have to prove myself. So I've never been one of them people, like, as an actress, going out to all these different events to try to meet the people and do all this. I would go take classes. I would do casting workshops. That would be my way of networking. So I can go in and perform, let them see. Right. They can come talk to me, or, I can talk directly to them. But in a big room full of people, not that it was intimidating, it just felt like weird for me. So how does that feel?
Me too.
For you, like, now?
The same exact way. Like, that's exactly how I felt, because I felt like when networking is, well, to me, it just made me feel like the relationship wasn't genuine. It was based off of something that could happen after that. And so that's why I felt the same exact way. Like, it made me feel uncomfortable when people would just be like, just go network, get to know someone. And it's like,
it's like I'm working an angle.
Yeah,
and it don't feel right.
Yeah, and it still don't. You know, I don't even think that I network now. You know, I just be myself, talk to people, and just whatever happens. You know, so
But I agree with both of you. I've lost a lot. I know I remember opportunities that I had because I felt the way that the two of you are describing. However, in hindsight, two things. What you just described is networking. And because I was unfamiliar with it, I didn't know that. That is a form of networking. Just be yourself sometimes and be positive, be your positive self, right? And be confident when you're talking about your positive self. That is networking. I think that's probably the lowest level of networking. There are people who are skilled in it and know how to take that and double down on it and really sell themselves.
right.
And when I was not doing it, and in some cases I was refusing to do it because I was looking at other people who were so-called networking and I didn't define that as networking. I looked at that and was like, no, you are conforming. And I still don't think I was wrong. Right?
Or
so
desperate.
You're desperate.
That's sometimes how it would feel to me.
Yeah.
So that's why I said what you said, be myself.
Right.
I'm not conforming. If I can be myself, I can talk confidently about myself. So I think it's important to be able to identify and define what it is. Like networking, right? And when and I say that to say to help you because you still got a lot of living to do. We all do. I wish that somebody would have stopped me and been like, no, you that's not networking. You know what I mean? Like, let me show you, it's a way to do it. And it's okay, Chance, because I would always be like, listen, if they don't like me, I can't. That's it. Right? But sometimes because there are so many good people, confident people, skilled people, you do need to do a little bit more. That's all I would have needed to hear. Right? I just need to do a little bit more. And what I mean by that is, then the question would be, well, what's a little bit more that does not make me feel like I'm compromising who I am, I'm conforming, or I'm doing something that's gonna cause me to lose sleep at night. And I'm big on that. Like I was always troubled. If anything that I didn't say didn't make me feel real, I would literally lose sleep. Like, man, I don't like the impression that I feel like I left on these people. But if I would have just been like, okay, well, then what do you mean? And I can say that now because I've lived a little bit more and I've seen people who I admire do it so effortlessly. And I'm like, oh, that's networking. Oh, okay. All right, if I would have known
it looks
that,
completely different.
It looks completely different in hindsight. But I want to share that with you as your dad so you can try to find peace in the word networking because the other thing is this. Because I was not good at it or just was like, nope, I'm not doing it. And because of how I defined it, at 45, I still struggle with it. I don't have a lot of relationships that bear fruit. The kind of fruit that I want to eat, there it is. I got a lot of good relationships and people who admire me because I've been real. This morning I encountered somebody who has been a long existing relationship with me, right? And he let off like, man, I'm so proud of you. Because, man, I've been knowing you for 15 years, and, man, dude, you always been consistent. I see you on the camera. You're a good guy, right? And I'm like, man, I needed to hear that. And I'm thankful for you. However, the only fruit it bears is a good compliment. I still got ambitions. You see what I'm saying? I still got things that I want to do, and I think if I would have learned the art of networking or been able to see it differently back then and get ahead of it, by now I would have relationships that would be a little bit more fruitful. You get what I'm saying?
I do.
Don't give up on the idea of it.
I think the thing is the word itself is what is intimidating.
Yeah.
It is.
And what I've come to realize, especially in the last 7 years of this new space that I've been in, for me, the thing that makes me most comfortable, and it is a form of networking, is really getting to know somebody, right? So it doesn't feel like I'm working an angle. So even if I go into a big event or whatever, and I know a lot of people know who I am,
Right.
but I don't know them.
Right.
And so my thing is, I don't even want to ask them what they do, because whenever that's a trigger for me. You go into a room and oh, so what do you do? That used to be like, oh, what you working on? That meant that's all you care about me. So like, hey, where you from? Like, just like at the last week at the launch party, right? You just talking to people, just getting to know them, just like hanging out, taking pictures, just talking. And now people want to know, like, oh, after the fact, like, oh girl, I saw you on, I didn't know you did that.
Wow.
So now you know it's genuine. But the other thing that has made it easy for us, without us even realizing, is social media. We networking right now. Because this is a social network, right? So social media that's exactly what it is. People can come on here, see what we do, get to know us. So it's one-sided unless we are watching the same people, right?
Right.
But then it kind of does a little bit of the work for us, but it does make you kind of put up a guardrail sometimes, because then it's like, wait, are you working an angle on me because you know who I am and what I do? Or are you really genuinely trying to get to know me?
Right.
So I feel like, if you go out into, a party or a room or whatever, it's just really getting to know people. Like, oh, where you live at? Oh, for real, where you from? Like, oh, okay, I'm from North Carolina too. Like, those have been my most valuable relationships and friendships that have also turned into good fruit, right? I am a people person, so that part has always been easy for me. And you are a people person. Like, it's easier for you, I think, more so than your dad, to like make friends or to meet people. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's very reserved. He's come a long way, but usually he be like, he gonna fill the room out. He gonna look at them people. And he ain't gonna be the one that's like, sparking up conversations. Although now he's much better, but that it normally has to kind of come to him versus him going to look for it. But I think you've been doing a good job with it.
I'm better. Thank you. I am. I'm a lot better because I feel exactly. I'm 29. I feel like I ain't got no friends. I ain't got no friends.
Yeah.
But also, just people, like I said, people will just present that they're just not genuine in my heart. Like, I don't feel it. And then like, all of this, I don't know if they getting close to me because, of this, so it's like, it is a guard. And, and I'm trying to break past that and try to give people chances. The more that I like, just be like, okay, you can feel it out. You got enough sense to know whether or not somebody is trying to work a different angle on you.
Because they tell on themselves.
Yeah.
People, like, it don't take long for somebody to tell on themselves if they working an angle.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
We just got to be mindful and aware and catch it.
Yeah,
because it is very, very true.
I got a question, baby. What do you do for fun?
Oh. Oh my, that's a great. I appreciate you asking me that.
And there's a reason why I'm asking. What does Ty-Leah do for fun?
Right now, what I do for fun, the little thing that I might do for myself is go get my toes done.
That's self-care, but for fun, like, you like to travel?
I do like to travel. I do. But then again, I don't. So it has its ups and downs with me. But because I travel. I travel with y'all.
Yeah.
So, the reason I ask you that, because it was a moment in my adult life where that came up, and I think as adults, when you're really learning what it is and you're learning how to maneuver, you don't think that is a part of adulthood.
That is true.
And before you have kids, before you get married, I think it's important that you see the importance of being able to identify what can I do for me for fun?
What do I like?
What do you get what I mean? And you do it. And you do it as much as you can, right? Without handling your business. You do it.
Yeah.
But I think it's important that you do it. I'm listening to you, and I just remember somebody asked me that along the way, like, what do you do for fun? And I was able to identify real quick. I said basketball, and the person challenged me on it, and it was like, do you really do it for fun? Because you take it very, very serious, and you get very, very upset when you do it. Are you doing it because you didn't do what you thought you were? And I was like, I said, this can't be fun for you, Chance. And I had to deal with that, right? And then I'm like, I remember it bothered me for a few days. I'm like, man, what do I do for fun?
That's deep.
Like that it does not matter to me if I win or lose. Doesn't matter. It's just something I do, and it's like exciting for me to do.
Wow.
Just like, I don't care. Do it. Like, like, I just want to do it. We're gonna have fun.
Wow.
So I want you to. That's something I'm gonna ask you again. You know I'm asking. Like, so I want you to start thinking about that. Like, what do I do for fun? What do I, what is just for me? Just like this. And if you with me, not saying you got to be selfish to the point where you can't come.
Yeah.
But if they come, they knowing that like you coming because you coming to hang out with me. I'm about to go have fun. I'm gonna have fun, right?
Wow, that's important.
when we was on our trip here recently, and I was on that slide, I was having fun.
That was fun.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, Dad, if you notice, when I came out there, I didn't go over there with y'all. I came over there and say, hey y'all. I'm about to go ride the slide.
The slide.
I don't care whether these boys go or not. It was a nostalgia. It was like, it took me back to a place when I was like 10 years old in Greensboro called Emerald Point. And
wow.
Yeah, and I couldn't, and we could only go once a year. And I'm like, man, and I used to have to wait in lines for 1,000 kids before you could slide down one time. And I got this whole thing to myself. I'm gonna ride it back. That's fun, right? So when it's not, I don't think it's just one thing. I don't think it's just one thing. I just think it's important that you start identifying the things that you can do, because I think in the long run, the sooner you identify those things, you'll be able to deal with the stresses of life differently. As y'all see, I'm never gonna stop being a daddy to my kids.
We ain't supposed to.
Yeah,
That's
true.
Parenting actually, I feel like we parent more when y'all are grown.
Yeah.
Than, when you're young, it's like we get help because you're in school. The teachers are teaching you.
Right.
We reinforcing what they're teaching. They're reinforcing what we teaching. It's a village that it's almost like that you don't realize that you have. But when you get grown, it's like, oh, I need you to. I got to make sure that it was enough.
Right.
Yeah.
That we still are helping guide you, and that you still got some stuff in there.
Right.
So with all of that being said, on the journey that you're on now, because you went to college, you didn't know really what you were gonna do, right? We wanted you, when you first came out of college, we was like, you need to keep running track, girl, because she was killing it, okay? Like, in the top 3 in the nation, like, killing it. And she was like, I don't want to run no more. We was like, oh, okay, girl.
That's what I had thought.
Right. And then she took about 2 years off. It was about 2 years.
It was only a year.
A year off. And then decided, like, maybe I will start back running. But then just, in the last year, you stopped.
In the last year.
So let's talk. Tell the folks about that journey and now the journey that you're on.
Well, I love track. And I had to...
Say that again. Say that again, because I remember. I remember had to fight her to run.
Yes.
That's how you know she good. She ran. So when, in 9th grade, when she was with us, we were living in Palmdale. Convinced her to run. And then when she went back to North Carolina.
No. You leaving a lot. Listen, no.
Well.
So listen. She don't remember. We were having a cookout. At our house, and we had. I had one of my adult friends. He raced her in front of the house.
Who was also an athlete.
And he was a Division I athlete, grown man, and he was really fast. She was in the 9th grade. And I forget who came to tell me to come and watch.
Oh.
Somebody came, come and watch. And I watched, and I'm like, this is my baby girl. She, let me see what she do. and she almost beat this fool. She didn't make it across the finish line, and I had already had it in my head and about to go over here. We ain't had no money at the time, so I was like, I'm gonna go to Ross. She getting ready to get these track shoes. And I'm going up to the school, and she's running. And I said, you running track. And when I tell you, I thought I was gonna have to play.
She wanted to play basketball because we all was a basketball family.
The coach would be calling, saying she's not showing up to practice. I had to go look for her. Like, I'm talking about, like, she did not want to run track at all.
But no, wait. She played basketball.
And
she was so fast running down the court that the coach, the track coach was like, wait.
She throwing the ball off the backboard. The ball going from the backboard, like she trying to do a layup. If I'm lying,
she was too fast.
She was too fast. She would come in 100 miles an hour.
The layup is like the ball is like
the ball is going back to half court. And I'm like, Leah, baby. And I always felt like she wanted to play basketball because her daddy played basketball. Yeah. So I just was like, okay, go ahead, baby girl. But you running this track.
Yeah.
You did ran track too, and I did not like it for the wrong reasons. And then when I saw her, I was like, no, you running. And we fought. I'm talking about, and to hear her say now, I love it. It's like music to my ears because I get to say, I told you so.
Okay, go ahead.
Now you can go.
Well, I thought that I was done after school, and then I realized that I, wasn't, or I felt it in my heart that I wasn't. So then reached out to a few coaches, ended up trying to go the professional route, trying to, make it in that field. And had a good thing going the first 2 years. And then I ended up getting injured, and it was just a whole bunch of stuff that had happened, transpired, ended up going through another coach, a journey. Yes. A journey. And so recently I was like, you know what, it's okay. I'm done. Like, my heart felt fine about it walking away. I've done great things in the field. So I was just like, girl, you good. Like, yeah, it's all right. And in that, I still didn't know what I was going to do, So I was like, I'm open to opportunities. I just really wanted to make some money. All the missed money that I had, like the opportunities that I had been presented, I had not took because I was running track. I was really dedicated to it. And so finally I was just like, let me see if I want to, let me give myself, some options. And so in that, I had went the personal training route also while pursuing track. And then that didn't I was doing it for the wrong reasons. Let's put it like that. Because y'all also had told me that I should have been doing this personal training. And I was like, Leah, come over here. Because we did one video together of her showing me. And I was like, I was not into it. Because I just I thought that I wanted to do something outside of sports, out of fitness, I wanted to make myself try something different, but that's just not my field. Like, anything else outside of it don't interest me, it don't spark me, and I had to come to that conclusion with myself. And with that, I had started working on my personal training business this upcoming year, and then I was afraid to relaunch at first because I was just I don't know if I'm gonna get these clients. I don't know. So
But that is something you enjoy doing.
It is something that I 100% enjoy doing.
Because you were working at gyms.
Yep, I was working at the gym, at a specific gym, a different gym. So I went the route of working, I didn't work at LA Fitness or 24-hour fitness, but I went that route and doing HIIT training and personal training in the same aspect of how they do their trainers there. And but then I ended up at this one gym that was very different from all training, and it was catered to older clientele, and they had these machines, and it just was a whole different field for me. And then I started getting interest in like physical therapy and learning different ways of fitness. And then that's when I was like, okay, I like this. And then it became light. The light became love. And then I was like, okay, let me see, you know.
So your daddy was
how I
right
can
again.
be-
You were saying.
In a sense.
We be out here living. That's the thing. We be out here living like 17 years before you get where we at. We already was over there.
Yeah, because y'all, I was fighting that for a long time. I was like, I don't want to do that. But my heart, that I really, really enjoy personal training. Like, it is.
She's good at it.
And she's good at it. I was waiting about she is really good at it.
Yeah.
Thank y'all. I appreciate that.
She's just not really good at getting to it quick.
This is like we be working. You know,
I really enjoy what I do. I really do. And, you know, I think that's the exciting part about being grown right now is, you know, really doing something that you love to do, you know, and going into my 30s. That's why I say, like, I'm excited for my 30s. You know, we joke about it. But I'm really excited because I just started, you know, with the personal training journey, like posting the videos on Instagram and trying to, like, have a creative way of engaging with people. And so with that, like I said, I've learned a lot about myself, and I am now embracing the fact that I enjoy doing this. And, you know, I'm just going to keep like going with the momentum, and whatever happens, you know,
So,
it just happened.
all y'all watching, my baby is trying to build her clientele
That's
list
right.
so she can open her own spot.
Yes.
Right.
If you need to get in shape, if you need to stay consistent with being in shape, if you are out here anywhere close to us in the valley,
You don't have to be because she does virtual.
Oh,
I do.
Yeah.
let's get you signed up.
Yep.
Y'all, hey,
Yeah.
look, that's how you can help.
That's right.
Yeah.
That is right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And she comes from good stock, as you can see.
Listen. So what would you tell a younger TyLeah? What would you tell like 15-year-old TyLeah? Look, the 15-year-old who decided she won't go run that one year when she went back to North Carolina. What would you tell her?
I saw this the other day, and this is exactly what I would tell her. Everything you want is on the other side of your ego. That's exactly what I would tell her, because I had a lot of ego, a lot of pride, and fighting a lot of things that, you know, like I said, y'all telling me, Leah, this what you need to do, you know. And with that, every single time that I took that step into that, something greater has always come out. So that's what I would definitely tell her.
Love it. And what would you say to anybody out there in their, 20s, maybe even in college, can't figure out what it is they want to do, or maybe they're looking for a job or whatever the case is? What would you say to someone to just encourage them based on your own journey?
I would say be intentional with what it is that you want. I mean, I know it's hard to try to like figure it out, and you may not have what I have right here, people to encourage you and support you, but if you just know that you have purpose because you have, like, you're living, everyone has to first know that. Like, you have a purpose. You watching this, you have a purpose, okay? And just remember that. Like, I think a lot of people forget that they are here in this life for a reason. And I truly believe that everything happens for a reason. And life, it's scary. And it has its ups and downs, but if you just carry on with the momentum of what it gives you and you continue to like walk in that path, everything else will open up. So I just encourage people, like, just don't give up, trust yourself, like, and just keep going.
Yeah.
My daughter.
Very, very good. She got that from me. That's how I be talking to them. You know.
Got you to get your son up here and he be talking crazy.
Listen, because he's 12.
Yeah.
That's what he's supposed to say crazy stuff. But no, he gave great advice though, remember?
Yeah,
He gave great advice. He was
so-
like, if you make friends and they feel like they're not your friend, get new friends.
Get new friends.
And that's true.
Yeah, he was
that's
like,
for
don't even
real.
worry about it. Just keep on doing the things that you like.
And
That's
he
what he
was right.
said. He was right. He was right. Well, very good. Anything else you want to tell the people? Tell people how they can find you, how they can book you, all the things.
Okay, you can find me at www.TyLeahBH.com, and you can just inquire there. I get them straight to my email, and then I respond back either through text message or through that email. And on Instagram, you can always DM me. I always look at the DMs. But yeah, that's
And follow her YouTube page. You better start.
you better
right.
start doing that. My YouTube, and then I just want to say, congratulations to these two, my parents. Like, they have created this for us, and I'm super proud of them. I feel like y'all don't get y'all's flowers, and I'm gonna stop talking because I'm getting emotional, but no, I want to seriously give them their flowers because these opportunities, this life wouldn't be here without you two. And I just want to say thank y'all so much for supporting me. And yeah, like, I love y'all. And I'm super grateful. And yeah, so parents, just know that your children are looking at you. You guys are our first heroes. And just know that you guys are our first role models. So yeah, I just want to say that to y'all.
She also did that for you. We love you. Very good. We love you. We're proud of you. So proud of you. And she has come a long way. You have come a long way, and you still have. So like, it's just the beginning. You know, you in your Leah era, getting to know you and what you love and paving your way, and we support you the whole way.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you.
All right, listen, y'all heard what she said, okay? I think sometimes we forget, excuse me, as parents, our kids are watching us. They're watching how we work. They're watching how we love. They're watching our intention, how we talk, how we move. Everything that we learn first is always at home, right? So be intentional about how you show up in front of your children, but also be real in front of them as well, so that they don't think that the world is perfect. But I think that this is something that I was doing with Quest the other night, before school, me and him be talking. And so I prayed with him, for school. And I often do this with him. But I want him to get into the habit of understanding how to pray, and knowing that his mama prayed over him, right? Like, I'm praying with him, but I'm praying over him because, he don't be saying nothing. He just be like, you go ahead, mama. I got it. But I think it's important for your kids to see that too, so they know how to build that relationship, their own prayer relationship as well. So, but yeah, that's it. Anything else you got, babe?
Nope.
No?
That's it.
All right, y'all. This has been amazing. Remember, TyLeah, go ahead and book her. Check us out. We be working out, posting videos and all the things. And until the next time, y'all go about y'all business, all right? And have the most amazing day. But even if you can't have a good one, don't you dare go messing up nobody else's. See y'all next time. Love y'all. Thank you for watching this episode, honey. And if you liked it, go ahead and click right here for more of those episodes.
And if you haven't already subscribed, please remember to do so.
Very good.